Good evening, everybody. We're here at Spain, at Barcelona for round, what was it?
That was
Four, the
perfect timing.
2020 GP2 season. I am your commentator, Dennis Graf, and today I'm joined by a fellow driver here in GP2, it's Ben Waldinger. So, hello, Ben, how are you doing?
Really fine, thanks, Graf. So, fourth round of the championship, if I remember right, takes us to
Yes, correct.
Barcelona for the running of the Spanish GP2 race. Well, last time when I was here, the Primas did a pretty decent job. So I wonder how well they're gonna do. But let's take a look at the current standings we have there after 3 rounds. Adam Chobot continues to lead with 15 points, if I can spot it right. Yeah, I think. But Luca Farina is second after he retired from the last race. Yoga Min Nguyen comes in third with 33 points, while the new winner of GP2, Joseph Frederick Sudo, is in fourth, and he's equal on points with Prosuk. Then they are followed by Aaron Curtis with 27 points, just 1 point ahead of Hamid. Then Parayan, Rahul Patel, and Gabriel Grantino closes up the top 10. Constructors-wise, MP Motorsport continues to lead from High Tech Racing, but only by 7 points. High Tech was followed by our Grand Prix with 14 points on the point, 10 points behind their championship rival. Then further 3 points behind Colin, 37 points, 32 points for Sharrows, 31 for Trident, 29 for Univirtuosi Racing, 20 for Campos Racing, 18 for Prema, 5 for Dems, and only 2 points for BWT HVA Race Lab. So that means they are currently standing at last spot in the championship. Although Prema Racing, things doesn't look better for Prema Racing as they are currently in 9th position, despite they were being 4th at the end of last year's championship. So can this fortune turn around? Well, we will see very shortly.
Yeah, as you can see, we have no rain, perfect conditions for giving it flat out in this qualifying, and here we go.
Well, it's Spain. What did you expect? It rarely rains. It rarely rains around this. Did you know?
Yeah,
I
but
think the
yeah,
last time it was rain during race was last year or 2 years ago, to say the least. I don't. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. But surely not that often. So
let's see, we're
let's
on
see
the
who's gonna.
track.
Wonder who's
Let's see who
going to
goes
get
on
out on
the
track
track
first,
first.
because currently all the drivers are sitting in the garage. I think, yeah, Perinen and the Univirtuosi is going to go out first because there are the preparations are over at Univirtuosi. I think
Ooh,
a few other drivers are
there's
coming out. Who's ahead of this pack?
it's
Curtis
Aaron
with
Curtis.
Trident. Well, he's currently had a great start to the season after he's moved away from Prema and lost his test seat at Alfa Romeo Racing. And so it will be interesting to see if he can keep up that performance and carry it all the way to the end, because I really hope we can get another Irish driver like Aaron Curtis into the top class alongside Evan Byrne. Is he still racing there at Renault, I think? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't watched GP2 that much in the last few days, but still following it. And I'm really happy to see another interesting championship on our hands, despite the overall dominant performance of the Mercedes cars. And it's glad to see that the competition hasn't died down in GP2 as well.
Of course, the 3 races that we had so far, 10 races to go. Let's see what Curtis does on his first flying lap. Here going through the final chicane. Or as George says to it, the flow breaker. Which is a good thing I would say from to say it as Curtis starts his lap. Going flat out down to turn 1. Just forgot what the corner name was. Going to turn 3, the long Renault corner. As he approaches the first sector split. Where is he gonna go? What's time? It's 29.9, so that's quite fast, I think. Now going for Repsol corner. Into turn 5, Seat corner. Taking not that much of curb. Devastator exit. Now heading towards Würth corner. Turn 6 and 7 onto the very fast blind Kamsa corner. And yeah, let's see what the second sector split is. The 53.9. If I'm not wrong, it's a bit quicker than last season, but I'm not sure. Going towards the chicane. Next up, the Jopkar corner. And the chicane. I'm going through New Holland to end this lap, and let's see what Curtis and the Trident can do. For lap time, crosses the line now. It's 1:25.0.
Van strong lappers. Here comes Chobot.
Yeah, 1 second
he's
off.
only
Wow.
second fastest, but he was jumped by a thing.
Potsiuk.
Potsiuk goes on to pole. Here we go. Looks like once again the
Johnny
lap
third. Foster 5th. Suter goes fastest. Now there's Graf. Trident. Where does he go? 6th.
Here comes Gabriel Quintino.
I said Trident, I mean Dams.
Only 9th fastest. Burns goes 5th fastest. Here comes Zolback with the unluckiest driver in OC history. Only 12th fastest. Ben Swaldinger only 11th fastest. Tomaselli 4th fastest currently. Here comes Hamid. Only 11th fastest. Then comes Skillen. 10th fastest. Kulasek is the next car to cross the line. 13th fastest. Then Patel comes. 2nd fastest. Just
nice lap from Patel there.
Watson comes 16th
What's
fastest.
goes fastest?
Goes to provisional pole. No, Rookie Farina next across the line. Only 18th fastest. Here comes Min Nugent. And he's 19th fastest. Looks like Watzel is already setting up the pace in his first shot. And just ahead of Fusumi. 11 milliseconds ahead of Fusumi. He's currently on an improvement, but he's going to come into the pits as we, well, already experienced from GP4.
Yeah, indeed. Also, one reminder, this is the final GP2 meeting before the 2-week Christmas break. I think he means Sudo, Joe. Yeah. That was a bit weird, but it's all good.
I do want to ask something there, Dennis. Which corner do you think is the most trickiest on this track? Worth, or Lacaxia, or the RACC chicane, which is basically the last chicane of the track. Not the last corner, because the last corner is New Holland.
Yeah, the last corner is not that challenging to go flat out there, but the chicane is very much challenging. You can gain a lot of time there, also lose a lot of time. Also, Kamsa corner, you need to almost flat out there through a blind corner. Also, the turn 3, the long Renault corner is very challenging, I would say.
I think Lacaxa was the corner that was changed in this year for this year's Spanish Grand Prix, and I don't know how
Curtis
much
goes out back again.
Overtaking worse there because, well, we saw it hasn't added or lost, got more or less overtaking there, but at least we had some an exciting Spanish Grand Prix this year. So
Yeah, it was better than last season's.
lifetime, you
No
know.
doubt. Yeah. So here we have Curtis on the second lap. Of course, starting with the second run, one driver will stay in the pits to have his final run later on when the session finishes. If he had
Wait!
not
Oh god
time.
damn it! That was actually Suto's. Three named short. Sorry there, Joe. I haven't realized it. So Suto is currently in second, just behind one. So, oh, how much of an idiot am I
Yeah,
sometimes?
it's so good.
And I
It's a
got
bit
another
of
correction.
funny.
Evan Merz is still racing at Renault. Almost a whole year, rather half a year missing from the commentary box. It already showed its effects on me.
Yeah.
As here comes Curtis starting his second flyer. He's currently in 5th position. But I think there are a lot of potentials of improving in today.
Yes, he goes, I think you will have a bit of traffic there that don't
That's
skill in the high tech.
And that's surely not going to do any good for his lap time because, and well, nope. He's a 76 milliseconds down on the first sector of his personal best time. As here comes Berinan. We check Berinan currently sits in 13, so he needs to improve on his current position. Let's see if he does that. And he goes faster. 81 milliseconds faster than his personal best. Is Curtis
Trying to overtake, but
on.
isn't successful, so his lap is ruined.
I mean, it was predictable. With 22 cars on the grid, absolutely predictable.
Yeah, meanwhile, Huang Min Nguyen stayed in the pits for this laps, so he will do his 4th run later on. Because it's always that 3 drivers will stay in the pits. In the meantime, it will get the laps later on as Perinan is improving. He was up in his personal best in the 2nd sector. He goes for the SEC GP.
I think that's going to be an improvement. Where does that new personal best time is going to put him? Here we go. He comes across the line, and he goes 10th faster, slightly better. As here comes Brodsuk again, and I don't think he does improve at all. Here comes Andreoli.
Andreoli
his name
doesn't improve.
Doesn't improve that much. Omi goes 6th.
Graf.
Here comes Dennis Graf
goes 5th.
Fastest. Then comes Brotster. It doesn't improve. Here comes Carl Burns. He needs to. I don't think he's going to improve. He was down in the 2nd sector, and he doesn't. Hamid comes across the line. He doesn't improve as well. Here comes Ben Soldinga. He definitely needs to improve, and he does. 16th fastest. Patel doesn't improve, but here comes Jawad. He goes 8th fastest. He's trying to keep his consistent pace. He can carry that into this race as well. Here comes Orbach. Stays 22nd.
Stays last. Oh yeah. That's good, not good for the German.
Second. Here comes Skulusa. Can he not? Oh, he doesn't improve. Watterson goes 11th fastest. Then comes Skillen, who had a little bit of trouble with Curvis, and he goes 11th fastest. Contino doesn't improve. Here comes Wetzel, doesn't improve his provisional pole time. Tomaselli comes across the line,
7th.
goes 7th fastest. And
here's Luca Farina.
He's not an improvement. That's for sure.
Yeah, but we don't know it.
He's going to improve. He's currently.
Let's see what he does in the 3rd sector.
3rd to last place, currently on the grid, so I don't see any chance of getting provisional pole for him.
Yep.
And doesn't improve on
He stays in 20th. He didn't improve.
So, 2nd shots fired, and currently not too much of a big surprise there. So currently the grid is only the top 3 is the same. Watzel still in the lead ahead of Josef Fredrik Sudo and Rahul Patel in 3rd. And the top three is only separated by 44 milliseconds, which is
Yeah, that's very close.
darn close.
Yeah, but that's what everyone wants to see: close competition in qualifying. And yeah, it only can get more better, but it's as good as it is, I would say. Farina coming back into the pits. And I would say everyone will get 4 laps in the session. Even these guys who will stay in the pits. As only 21 cars go out on the second, third, and fourth run. And yeah, so far it's been a disaster for Niklas Sommer, I would say.
Oh, and there goes a pit lane trouble again. As Fernie tries
Yeah,
to come to the pit box,
that's
and
classic, I would say.
currently Ming Nguyen and Perez wasn't on a time lap. I think Curtis is coming back into the pits. No, or I don't know.
Nice one, Flo.
They are coming out or coming in. Ming Nguyen is coming out, that's for sure.
We have next bunch of cars out on track. Here's Herman Nguyen, of course, stayed in the pits last time out. The Vietnamese driver.
Ming Nguyen is only going for his second shot, while the others is going for their third. So there are some interesting tactics in there for Ming Nguyen in the Carlin. But he certainly has got clean track so far, but I don't know how much longer because other cars are coming out of the pits. As Ming Nguyen crosses the line to start his second flyer.
Yeah, there was someone at turn 1, but it should be okay for him, for Nguyen, to get this lap done without any traffic.
I was more worried about the car coming out of the pit lane. I think it was an Art Grand Prix car? I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, now that looks tasty.
Good improvement from Nguyen. 110.
So that means Ming Nguyen was held up in his flying lap because he's 1 second off. 1 second off of the original pole time. So he must have gotten held up on his first flyer.
Oh,
yeah, he definitely was held up in his first flyer. 3 tenths up in the second sector. I think that's going to be either third or fourth. What do you think? Third or fourth?
I think he's definitely in contention for top 4 if he doesn't lose time in the chicane. Let's see what it is now.
Now here we
Through
go.
the final corner, Green.
And he's only
Fifth.
fastest. He lost
he lost time.
3.
But he still improved quite good. Improved 16 positions.
Yeah, that was a decent lap time, I'm not gonna lie, but he lost so much of that in the final sectors. Here comes Peronian, cross the line, and he doesn't improve. Now Curtis on the third flyer. I don't know if it was held up or... yeah, he was again. As Broadster starts his flying lap, here comes Sinanime, and he stays...
Doesn't improve.
9
yes.
fastest. Sorry.
Potsiuk.
I don't know if he was held up or not.
Yeah.
Here comes... he's not going to improve, that's for sure. Broster isn't going into as well.
Potsiuk.
Here comes Ben
Faldinger doesn't improve.
Time only 8 or 19 fastest.
Jolie goes P5.
With the test driver seat so far for Prema because he's trying to get his top class seat with Prema, from what I heard, and he's going to do that while still being in the Ferrari Academy. But so far, doesn't look much better than last season, as still goes 14th fastest. And here comes Cyber also currently on provisional pole, but he's not going to improve on his time. Yep.
No, it doesn't.
Although Sudo is still in second place.
Oh, he is the gift man, bro. But what can you do? It doesn't improve.
Here comes Carl Burns. And he goes 4th fastest. Now that's an
Great lap
impressive
from
fastest on the improvement as well. Let's see what he can do. He crossed the line. And he
13th.
goes 13th fastest. So back. Still in last place. He's in last place. Watterson doesn't improve as well. Here comes Roderick Sudo. And he is not going to improve as well. He was held up again. A lot of the drivers are getting held up.
Yeah, he is. Kulasek.
Better flying lap. And here comes Kulasek. Let's see what he can do across the line. 18th fastest.
Stays 18.
Yeah. Improved this time, but he doesn't improve a position. Here comes Gabriel Quintino. Let me check. He's currently 20th fastest, and he's on the improvement. And he
11th. It's
fastest.
very much better for him.
Here comes Tomaselli out of the final corner. I think he's on the improvement as well. Yes, he is. Let's see what he can do. He comes across the line and goes 4th fastest. Another impressive time by the little Italian. And that is for sure.
Yes. Also, Luca Farina stayed in the pits this time around. So, he does have 2 more shots like this man, Juan Nguyen, currently is in P8. I think, in comparison to his first run, now it was very much of an improvement. It goes out again. I had a bit of a lag.
And if he doesn't get held up, I think that might surely going to be an improvement on his current time. Well, at least that's what I reckon.
Let's see.
Watson's currently on fire. He haven't got any performance in the last few seasons whatsoever, despite being a Preman. Let me check this. Sometimes I have a short memory loss because I'm not checking the results daily. So I'm gonna just quickly research. Last season he was only 18, and his worst season with Bremen was dead last in the Drivers' Championship. So he's doing either decently or really badly season, but not surprisingly well. And currently he's 20th in the Drivers' Championship with only 1 point to his name. So this pole position is very much needed for him if you want to bounce back into the fight for the
championship.
Can say that, because currently the others are starting to pull away after 3 races. Now here comes Nguyen onto the second last flyer.
So there's someone.
I think he's
Watzel.
Far in front. That's Watzel in the yard. And there it is. 1 tenth down his personal best, as expected.
Yeah, I don't think Nguyen will improve this time around. See a Sinonome approaching turn 1. And straight into turn 2. And Renault corner. Taking a bit of white line here. But it's good, but he doesn't seem to improving. He's over 10th off.
Yeah, he does. Someone certainly is an improvement, but right. And currently is an improvement, but now let's see as Nguyen comes across. I don't think he's going to improve because he's getting held up massively by Watzel. And I think Watzel's going to get held up as well because Nguyen is just behind him. Here comes Parayan. 3 tenths faster. I think that's surely going to be an improvement on this current position.
Yeah, Perinan currently in 18th.
Yeah.
So if we can keep up like this,
maybe that's going to be a top 10 or a top 5 finish, to say the least. But he's
Let's
certainly
see.
going to improve. Here we go. Coming into start finish streak. He comes across the line and he goes 10th
10.
fastest, and that's qualifying over
That's it.
Tsunime. Comes across the line. He doesn't improve, stays 13th fastest. Here comes Luca Farina. He's improving as well. He's currently in 21st position. 1 second off of the provisional pole time, but that's certainly going to change. Through the final
Should
chicane.
improve if he doesn't bottle the last sector. But
I
here
don't
he
think he's
goes.
going to bottle the last sector that much. Here we go across the line. And
19th.
only 19th fastest. Despite this improvement, Curtis doesn't improve. Suter goes with his final flyer. Andrioli in the Prema, and I think Metzolinga has already used this shot because it's not going to improve. As Hamid stays behind. No! He still improves. Goes 17th fastest despite being held up in the last sector. Here comes Harry Watson. He's currently in pole position. He doesn't get to improve on his lap time. Burn stays in 5th. Kulisek starts his final flyer. Here comes Max Skillen. Let me check. He's currently in 19th. So he certainly needs to improve, but he's not going to. I think he's going to stay 19th fastest. Here comes Watterson. Doesn't improve as well. Roster goes 4th.
He goes 4th.
Just ahead of Tomaselli by 5 milliseconds. Here comes Dennis Graff. And he doesn't improve.
Doesn't improve.
Here comes Rahul Patel currently. He's in 3rd, and he's not going to improve. So Sudo, the only driver left who can challenge Watson for the pole position and for the Spanish GP2 race. Battle comes across the line, it doesn't improve, so let's see, where's Sudo? You see out on track on the time lap? Here comes Chobot. And he stays in 15th, Zorbot goes 16th fastest.
16 finally goes out of last place. That will be a bit of a relief for Zorba.
Yeah, only just. He goes 16th, but...
Soto fastest!
Oh!
Josef Friedrich Soto taking pole position.
17 milliseconds faster than Watson. He just snatched his pole. Unless anybody else could take
What a
that
brilliant
away from
final
him,
sector.
I don't think anybody could to take that because he was down in the 2nd sector. What did he found in the 1st sector? What on earth did he found in the final technical section of the track? As Kulisek comes around and comes across the line, he's currently last, and he stays last. So only Contino left. He's going to have one more shot, just as Tomaselli and Menguyen. So Tomaselli might be an underdog competitor for pole position because nobody is on track. But currently, as it stands, Josef Fredrik Sudo is on provisional pole position and just managed to overtake Watson, who doesn't go to come out for any more laps.
Yeah, on his final lap, stealing the provisional pole away from Watzel. But it's not over yet. Tomaselli is out on track. And Sudo's even improving on his in-lap. But it doesn't matter as he's pitting anyway. So Tomaselli, as I mentioned, is on track for his final lap in this session. Let's see when Nguyen and Farina will go out.
Okay, now here comes Tomaselli. He's the one we need to check. He's currently 1/10 behind Josef Fredrik Sudo, who's currently on pole position. So he could be an underdog performer, as we can see some screenshots from the 2009 Spanish Grand Prix. Because I reckon... I don't want to say it in live because...
Yeah, Farina's on track, not on Nguyen. Here goes Tomaselli in the Campos.
Here's the one we need to check. Tomaselli in the Campos. He's got the chance to do an underdog pole position lap or top 3 lap. It's his final shot. 3 minutes remaining from the qualifying session. And that is his last shot. Let's see.
Yep.
Here we go, coming out of the first sector. Only 9/10
Ooh.
off. 75
I mean,
milliseconds faster than his provisional best. And that's looking good. Now I will be a bit shocked if Tomaselli somehow pulls through to get the pole position. Because I think Sudo hasn't got any pole positions yet in GP2. Despite winning his first GP2 race last time out in Portimao. Here we go, second sector. And he's 46/10 up on the provisional pole time. 1/10 up of his best. Personal best time.
Tomaselli's on a flyer.
Yeah, he is. He just needs to pull the third sector together well to get the pole position. Is he going to snatch it? Again, another surprise by the others. Once again, the lane one. Who goes out latest might get first and not. No, just missed out.
Third.
He
lost time.
So much time in the final sector. He's only third. He almost got it. Almost got it.
So close. No, for me now.
And now the top four is separated by just
61,000.
1,000ths of a second. As here comes Farina. He's on the personal best. Up on the personal best. I think he's going to jump up from 21st into, well, to the midfield. Just here we go. He just needs to put the last chicane together well. And I think that's going to be a top 10 finish. Although Minguyan is still on the flyer. Where is he? Is he coming out?
Farina comes across the line. 16th.
Farina goes 16th.
No, he's agreeing.
I don't think he's going to improve.
No, he's not improving. It's over. It means Joseph Felix Soto is on pole.
Yeah.
For tomorrow's Spanish race here.
Yeah. He's got his first ever pole position of the season, and Tomaselli once again somehow pulled up the magic trick and almost backed pole position from Wetzel and Sudo. Well, 1 minute left from the qualifying session, but everyone used their shots, so that means qualifying is over.
Yep, qualifying is indeed over. Of course, Sudo will be back for bonus points as well. And Henry Watson will start alongside Sudo in the first row. Yeah.
Well, that's turning into another interesting season of GP2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think so far we have 3 different winners yet again in the first 3 races. Just like, well, I think 2018, 17 was it?
I can't remember from the top of my head. But yeah.
I think it was 17 because I still follow Ben Soldinga's career. And I think 17 we had, I think, 12 or 13 different winners from that season.
There's checkered flag.
Which included Ben Soldinga getting his first ever win in GP2 after a long break between his first win in the OC, which came in DTM at Portimao, and his second win in the OC, which is the GP2 American GP2 race in Laguna Seca. So qualifying is over. Now there's only one thing left to do for tomorrow, and that is go racing.
And here are the results.
Be with us.
Yeah, let's go through the results again, I would say. Right. So Joseph Felix Soto was on pole, 17/1000 of a second ahead of Henry Watzel in second. Then we have Lorenzo Tomaselli in third, Ettore Portell in fourth, Alex Borster P5 for him, ahead of Kyle Burns in P6. Ruslan Potsiuk is in P7, ahead of Santino Andreoli. Joaquin Nguyen is in P9, with Dennis Graf alongside him in P10. And Jesus Perinan is in P11, and you can do the rest.
Aaron Curtis, P12, a decent qualifying by him. Gabriel Contino starts 13th, ahead of Hinto Sinonimi, the Japanese driver, only managing 14th. Adam Chobot, the championship leader, disappointing qualifying by him. He's in 15th, ahead of Luca Farina in 16th. Zorbach, once again, bad luck. He is currently in 17th, ahead of Joe Watterson. Ben Soldenga had the disappointing qualifying once again in the Prema in 19th, ahead of Muhammad Osman Hamid in 20th. Baxkin in 21st. That's a disappointing qualifying by him, as well as some Roger Kulisek, who starts on the back of the grid. And that is
that
the end
go
of
on.
the qualifying session for today. So next time we come back tomorrow, or around a similar time, the only thing left to do there is to go racing. And I think we got an interesting and tasty race up on our hands. Is it because there's Henry Watzel, who has almost 10 years of experience of GP2 racing, and his last win was the 2018 German Grand Prix. Was that? Which I think it was at the Hockenheimring or the Nürburgring.
Hockenheim. It was Hockenheimring.
Okay, because Hockenheim was still in the calendar back in 2018. So it'll be interesting to see if Rosa Frederick Sudo can get his second win in a row, or Henning Watzel can manage to nab this victory and get his first victory since 2018 at Hockenheim.
Or maybe someone else.
Fourth different winner of the season.
And of course, tomorrow we will also have the top class practice and qualifying, starting at 4 p.m. GMT. Was it BST? I'm not familiar with the British times. I'm German.
I think that starts. Let me check. Qualifying. Judging from the last weekend's qualifying session, it starts 4 p.m. GMT, which is 5 p.m. CET.
GMT, okay.
And half an hour later comes qualifying, when GP2 is on, which is on. So that's it for GP2 qualifying for the Spanish race. And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, that's it from me and Ben. See you next time. Bye.